guys, it's another First Impressions. It's a little belated, belated in a sense that I wanted to do this like maybe about a month ago or so. It's gonna be an anime series for once. Yay!
大地を踏みしめて君は目覚めてゆく天使の微笑みで連れ出して
If you could not tell by the intro of what I'm going to be talking about, then you need to get on the Hunter x Hunter bandwagon like now. Like yesterday. So that opening gets me so pumped. Ever since Ophelia introduced me to Hunter x Hunter, I've been obsessed. And that might be a slight understatement, just slightly. But after I took a temporary break from watching Detective Conan, I kept my word and I watched Hunter x Hunter 2011 version. And boy, was that show very, very much addicting. And currently I'm reading the manga, so I'm on, I believe, volume 3? Volume 2 or 3? I don't remember. I think I'm on 3. So I'm still at the very beginnings of rejoining these lovely characters on a journey through the manga series. I'm not sure if I'm going to be watching the 1998 version anytime soon, but I was pretty excited about hearing that Hunter x Hunter was getting a dub. I did not know that Adult Swim was going to be picking it up onto its anime night on, I believe, Saturdays. Honestly, I've been watching anime on Adult Swim in a really, really long time. So that's why it's belated, because I believe, I forgot what episode they stopped on, but when I checked to watch the latest episode this past Saturday, it was the very first episode, which kind of confused me, because Hunter x Hunter is a long series. It's over 100 episodes long, and the story is not even done yet. So this is really a first impression on the dub. And this is a continuation of a discussion that my fellow Muddy Cult leaders had about dubs versus subs. And hopefully my post on my own personal feelings towards the debate and which one I prefer is already posted up before I put this video up. Otherwise, I did a terrible job because that was not the order I planned. Just get to it, Miko. So, this is a special first impressions, as I'm only going to be focusing on critiquing and, I guess, reacting or whatever to the dub version that has been airing on Adult Swim. For those of you who are not familiar with the amazing series that is Hunter x Hunter, it follows a young kid named Gon. He decides that he wants to follow in his father's footsteps and become a hunter, and his goal with getting a hunter's license is to find his father, because his father left him with, I believe, his aunt and his grandmother. I could be wrong, but I'm just going off the top of my head here. During his journeys of obtaining his hunter's license, he meets 3 friends that stick to him through the end, which is Kurapika, Leorio, and Kahlua, which I always called Kalulu, so for a while, it took me a while to learn his name. So these 4 adventurers go through all the trials and tribulations of obtaining their hunter's license, and they meet some interesting characters and some frenemies, I suppose, along the way. So the whole series does not just focus on them getting their license, of course. If you're familiar with other shonen anime such as Naruto and Bleach and maybe even Yu Yu Hakusho, where the main character focuses on obtaining a certain level of power and then meeting stronger, threatening, more intimidating trials and enemies along the way. For Naruto, since I'm still reading the manga, I'm almost done actually, he has the Shunin exams. For Bleach, he learns to be a Soul Reaper. Ichigo does. So, this is how Hunter x Hunter pretty much goes. With a first arc starting with learning abilities, and then after that, of course, he reaches his goal. Other situations occur, and the story branches off to these other characters that he makes friends along the way. So we get to learn a little bit more of their backstories and their goals and so on and so forth. In short, the show was amazing. Otherwise, I wouldn't, jump on trying to read the manga and being excited about the dub. And seeing that the people that come into my workplace, which I work at a library, them checking out Hunter x Hunter manga made me excited and also curious why it was happening. So when I found out that Adult Swim picked it up, I decided to, check it out and see how the dub went, because I was kind of tempted to watch, the 170 so episodes again, because I enjoy the journey so much, and I'm looking forward to cosplaying some of these characters as well. Well, I was disappointed. So, since this is maybe about the middle or beginning of cosplay convention season for us people who cosplay, and summertime is usually the hot time, while I was working on my costume with my mom around in May, I downloaded a couple episodes just to watch out of convenience, because I saw 2 episodes already have been aired, and I didn't know about it being picked up by Adult Swim. So I took a break from figuring out some things for part of my costume to watch it while I was eating. And boy, I don't know. I don't think they make dubs the way they used to anymore. Like, if you read my blog, then on my post of how I feel about dubs and subs, then you know that I don't have a bias towards either. If you have not, then now you know. I don't have a bias towards either. It really depends on voice acting. And it seems as though when I start shows and I have the option to check out both, I kind of go with whichever sounds most pleasing to my ears. And you kind of have this expectation in your mind, in your ear, of what certain characters should sound like, or just basing off appearances, you kind of guess, this person probably has a deep raspy voice, this one probably sounds like a little boy, or so on and so forth. So it seems as though, from my experience with newer series, the dubs aren't the best of qualities compared to the shows I was introduced to back in, about, 9-10 years ago, like Trigun and Cowboy Bebop and Yu Yu Hakusho, where both sound great, or just sound, it just sounded more pleasant, like there was more care put into it, more thought. And this dub just, here's a sample.
And me too! Look! I caught him just like I said I would! That means I can finally take the Hunter exam! right? I'll do my best. I'm gonna be a hunter. Just you wait and see.
Hearing Gon's voice in the first episode, I could not hold back my feelings of ranting and pulling my mom into it. My mom has not seen Hunter x Hunter, but I showed her this clip.
I promise you I'll pass the exam. The next time you see me, I will be a hunter.
Instead, promise you'll come home safe. Think you can do that for me?
Yup, I sure can. Pinky swears, so if I lie, stick 1,000 needles in my eye. And seal it with a kiss.
And then I showed her the Japanese clip.
俺、合格するから。必ず合格して、ハンターになるから。必ず無事に帰ってくること、約束できる？うん、約束する。指切りげま、嘘ついたら歯に1000本のマス。誓いのチュー。
And we both kind of had the same reaction of just cringing at this English. And then kind of like so-so with the Japanese. Granted, the scene is kind of annoying. Okay, you can stop. No more of that. So, really, I went back and let her listen to this talking. And I didn't let her listen to the Japanese version of Gon just speaking. I just let her listen to the English. And I pointed out that my problem was Gon sounds like he's voiced by a woman. Now, there are so many great female voice actors out there. And if you know anime and you've looked into voice actors, or if you just casually looked at them, or even cartoons from the 90s, you would probably be surprised that a lot of male characters are voiced by women. This is like, not a leap for, anime at all. I'm aware, I don't really follow too many voice actors, but I'm aware that a lot of them are voiced by women, and they just, if you're going to be a voice actor, most of the time you have a range of vocal diversity. So, hearing Gon's voice, who is voiced by a woman in the Japanese version as well, in the English version, he sounds like he's voiced by a woman, meaning he kind of sounds like a girl. Not a young girl, but he sounds like a woman trying to talk like a little boy, which isn't a good thing. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is the Japanese version.
俺は親父がハンターなんだ。親父が見せられたハンターって仕事がどんなものなのか、どうしても知りたくてクジラ島から出てきた。
Now, this is the dub.
I will, because my dad is a hunter. Being a hunter was the most important thing in the world to my dad. And I want to know why. That's why I left Whale Island.
See what I'm talking about? He sounds like he's voiced by a woman, trying to sound like a little boy, but it just falls short. So I powered through a little longer to see what the other characters sound like, because I really didn't watch any trailers or anything for this thing. So Kurapika, Pika, and Leorio enter the scene, and I didn't problem with Leorio's voice. His voice was fine, although it seemed like maybe a tiny bit more mature than I would expect, but his appearance is supposed to be like he sounds and looks like an adult, and really he's only like, I think he's in his teens or early 20s or something. He's not as old as he appears. That's all I know. But Kurapika, he sadly kind of sounds also like a woman voices him. It's a little less obvious in the English version, and I know he's supposed to be, somewhat gender ambiguous or androgynous. I don't know what to say. I know there's something about it going around with the fandom, and I think it's somewhere in the manga as well. I have not gotten that far, obviously. But I know I've seen some little bit of debates of whether, Kurapika is a boy or a girl or somewhere in between or whatever. But he shouldn't sound like that. That's all I know. So I kept going. I kept moving on. I was like, I need to hear what Kahlua sounds like, and I need to hear what Hisoka sounds like. So Kahlua sadly also sounds like a woman trying to sound like a boy and just not making it. It just fails. And Hisoka he's so-so. I believe I only made it up to episode 7 or 8 or so. I was trying to reach a goal of getting to episode 10 at least. And it pained me to keep going this far because of the voice acting being, not so great. But I still enjoy the story so much that it just hurts. Like, I want to experience this again, but dealing with this poor representation of voice acting for these male characters just hurt. Just hurt so much. And I wonder what happened. Like, I don't really know too much about anime studios and who does good dubs and who doesn't, who has the best animation, like YouTubers like Glass Reflection Arcada, or even the Anime Man, or Aki Darius. Like, I just don't follow studios. I just kind of know a little bit of who directs stuff, tiny bit of voice actors, but not too much else. I'm just really disappointed in this dub, and especially because I was excited to watch it all the way through in English just to experience that journey again, because it still is a great story. And I'm not going to put down anybody who got into the show because of the dub, and I'm happy for the exposure on Adult Swim. I'm not going to take that away, but it just makes me sad that I can't, enjoy it completely in English like I would hope. The side characters, the extra characters, like the participants and Gon's family, their voice acting is fine. Like, I have no problem with it. It suits their character, fits their cadence and tone, just all of that. It suits them. But our main cast, the ones we're going to be following, because they are the main cast, the bulk of the journey and the focus, it just makes me want to pull my hair out sometimes. It really makes me sad that the main cast, excluding Leorio, is kind of meh. So, do what you will with that. Like I said, I'm not going to shame anybody for wanting to watch the dub or enjoy the dub, because I I'm not, sub-biased or, I don't have a preference. It's all a matter of what's pleasing to my ear. But I don't think I'm going to go beyond the point of where I stopped at with watching the dub. I might occasionally check it out on Adult Swim if there's nothing else on, or just, pretty much if there's nothing else on, I'm bored. But as far as just, tuning into it because it's something I have to watch every Saturday, I don't think I will be doing. But maybe at some point I'll return to the anime and watch it again in its original Japanese audio. But I probably won't be doing that for a while as I watch so much stuff and the summer season has started, and I also have an anime rotation too, but maybe one day I'll watch it again. It's on my list of things I want to watch again, even though it's long, just like Monster. But for now, I'll just stick to reliving the journey through the manga and seeing the differences between it. Anyway, this video has probably gone long enough, and that's my first impressions of Hunter x Hunter, the English dub version. I believe it comes on Adult Swim on Saturdays during their anime lineup. I'm not sure of the time, but I don't know, I'll put it somewhere, I suppose. It's an amazing series, don't miss out on it because it is great. It is a really long one, but I'm sure some of you are used to long series like Dragon Ball Z and Inuyasha and One Piece and Naruto and Bleach, so on and so forth. So it's one of those. Please stay tuned to this channel, and thank you for your patience of me uploading here. And also, if you would like to see more first impressions and other videos, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, because that's important and makes me know that you want more stuff. And if there's any suggestions you may have of things you want me to do, first impressions of whether it's anime, manga, TV shows, what have you, leave it also down below in the comments. Don't forget to check out Mighty Cult. And that's it. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Peace.